absolutely nose to tail for the race lead now.
The 24 Hours of Le Mans, one of the most desirable races to take victory in the world. Considered as part of one of the essentials for the Triple Crown victories, consisting of a win at Monaco in Formula 1, a win at the Indy 500, and a win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So far, only one person in history has ever managed to achieve that. And that was racing legend Graham Hill, one of the only people in the world that can keep up with the legendary Jim Clark. The Circuit de la Sarthe has seen a vast array of teams and manufacturers take all sorts of victories over the years, but none have done it in quite the fashion that Porsche have done, who have taken more victories at Le Mans than any other team and manufacturer in history, in cars such as the Porsche 917K, the 935, the 962, and of course the legendary 911 GT1. But in the last 2 decades, the magic of Porsche has slowly faded away, as Audi came in with dominant victory after dominant victory, losing only twice to Bentley and Peugeot. However, in 2015, the legend of Porsche was going to return, and a new legendary car would be born. And they did it. They won at the hands of everybody's favourite racing underdog, Nico Hülkenberg. But what kind of car did Porsche create? What kind of car was it that sent Audi running to the hills? If you are wanting to win at Le Mans and beat the sheer dominance of Audi at the time, you're going to need to build a car that is very special to take the win. And that is exactly what Porsche did with this, the Porsche 919 Hybrid.
Yes, you can tell it's a Porsche because it may be loud, but it sounds terrible. You'd think with all that power on board that you'd at least get a better noise out of it. It sounds so bland, but I don't care. Because driving around, I've come to realise there are very few cars on the planet that are as fast as this. Now the source of all that power is obviously 2 things. That engine, which develops a little over 500 brake horsepower. And 500 brake horsepower in a car that has almost limitless downforce is quite a combination when you're going around a corner, because you very, very rarely need to slow down all that much, but the car can go even faster. And the clue of all that speed is within its name, hybrid, because this car has an electric motor on board, which can be deployed at any time, and it's charged up simply by braking. And when I press this little button that's on my steering wheel, I don't just get 500 brake horsepower, I get close to 1,000 brake horsepower. That's exciting. It's like I just trod on a hyperspace button. So I know for a fact I'm braking way too early in some of these corners, but my body and my brain just simply cannot fathom that I can go way further into a corner. It's going faster than I can think. When looking at this car and how it's designed, and how fast it is, and how well it performs at Le Mans, it's no wonder that Porsche has more wins at Le Mans than any other car manufacturer on the planet. And they are only just getting faster and faster and faster. Because right now I'm driving the 2015 model, and they've since developed it even further, so it's going even faster now. One thing that you also should remember is that Le Mans is littered with really strict rules about aero, engine size, fuel consumption. You'd think with all those rules, how on earth did they get anywhere and create something as fast as this? But even with all those rules in place, you still think, if they stripped away all rules, how on earth can they go faster than this? That hybrid button is something else. It just transports the car into another dimension. To drive this thing, because by the time you've already thought about turning into a corner, you're already around it. Now you'd think with this incredible car and the performance it can give out that it is almost impossible to go any faster than this. Well, Porsche have kind of done just that. What if I told you that Porsche's created a machine that is even faster?
But how do you create something that's faster than what is already blindingly fast? Well, the boffins over at Porsche went mad and created a monster. It's called the 919 Evo, and unlike its LMP1 hybrid cousin, this car wasn't built to compete. It was built to be faster than just about anything on this planet.
So remember when I said it's impossible to think that anything could possibly be any faster than the 919? I was wrong! Very wrong! This car is much more planned, much more powerful, and overall, much faster! Much faster! You turn it in, there is no hint of slip, there is no hint of understeer, no hint of oversteer, it is just planted to the floor! And I haven't even touched the hybrid button yet! In the normal 919, I have to lift up here, but in this car, I can just take it flat out. The grip, the downforce, everything is just so much. It feels like I'm gonna break my neck, and I'm not actually in the car. So what is the 919 Evo? Well, in basic terms, it is just a 919, but with all of the rules stripped out of it. No limits on how much power you can have. No limits on downforce. It even has DRS. Which is something that you find on a Formula 1 car, not an LMP1 car. The power is also different as well, and the way it's delivered. This car, without its hybrid, can still break the lap record at Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans. And with the hybrid motor on board this car, you're not just getting close to 1,000. You're getting well over 1,000. In fact, it's closer to 1,200 brake horsepower. And dare I say it, this car's actually easier to drive!
The engineers over at Porsche created something that was intended to break lap records around the world. Strip all the rules and regulations away and you've got something that is so fast, just as fast and in some cases faster than a Formula 1 car. When you have a car that went around Spa faster than last year's F1 pole position time, you know you've got something truly colossal.
To think that anything could be as fast as a Formula 1 car boggles the mind. And it's no wonder though, that when you look at the figures this thing can produce, that this thing went around the Nürburgring Nordschleife in 5 minutes and 19 seconds. And what I just cannot fathom when I look at that time is what took him so long. This thing is unbelievable. I'm even going to dare and say it. Outside of Formula 1, this is the fastest car on Earth. There's no question.
This car is truly breathtaking. It simply cannot be put into words how fast this thing is. But now, we must send the 919 Evo and the hybrid to Fight Club to see which comes out on top, and to see if the 919 Evo really is the monster that they created.
So we're back in the Porsche 918 Hybrid Standard, and we're going to see how fast this thing can go before jumping back into the 919 Evo, just to see what a difference it makes. Now if you're watching at home, I want you to concentrate as I come out of bit curve on the speedo, and just how fast it goes. Here we go, and accelerate. The speedo just climbs up astronomically fast. But that's without any hybrid boost. We're getting up to about 170 miles an hour before we need to get onto the brakes. But now coming out of Coca-Cola curve, watch what happens when I do use hybrid. Here we go. That's incredible! Get up to about 190 miles an hour on that thing alone. Get on the brakes. Really is changing down. Turn it in with the hairpin and hybrid boost away. Get up into third gear. As we go wide a little bit, coast it in. We get back on the power again. Boost out of there just to make up some time we lost. Turn it. Keep it tidy. Coming out of Mercedes Arena. I hate that part of the circuit. It's an awful part of the circuit. Right, get in the brakes down 2 gears. Turn it in. Nice and smooth. Turn it in, get on the power, and away we go! I've never experienced speed like this. It's unbelievable. Right, Schumacher S's, this will be a real test of downforce, but it is no problem for the 919 hybrid. Get on the brakes hard. Just use all of that boost. Gonna save a little bit for the final stretch. It's coming up into the VTOL right now. Get on the brakes. Nice and smooth. We're coming to the final corner. Turn it in, get the power on the boost. And away we go, that's so much power! A 139.1. That is incredible speed. But the question of the video though, is to find out how much faster is the 919 Evo compared to the rule-stricken 919 hybrid. So let's find out, shall we? So now we are back inside the 919 Evo just to see how fast this thing can get around the Nürburgring GP circuit. Now, in the racing world, a tenth to half a second is massive, but I have a feeling it's going to be something stupidly big. So there's only one thing to do, that's to find out. So here we come up to Coca-Cola curve, ready to start our hot lap. Get around the corner, stamp on the power, and away we go! Get on the DRS and just watch the car just dart away faster than anything on planet Earth. Get on the brakes, shift down the gears really quick, turn it in, get it down to the first gear. Much neater through there and more nimble. Get up with the third gear, just turn it in. The grip is just mind-blowing. You can use all of that curb without it invalidating the lap. Oh dear, that wasn't very tidy, but never mind. And use more power, get back on that DRS and the ERS. Shift down one gear, just turn it in and just coast through. You can go through corners at ludicrous speeds in this. Now in the 919, I have to lift off here. Not in this. Just flat out 160 miles an hour through that the Schumacher S's. Get on the brakes, turn it in. Doing almost 100 miles an hour through that corner. Lift off slightly, get back on the power and back on the power again. Get in the DRS. And just watch that speedo climb so high. It's like watching a cartoon. Save some boost, ready for the final stretch, and here we go. Whoa! I was thinking the gap was going to be big. I was never banking it on being that big. That is a huge gap. 8 seconds faster. 8! That's incredible. Just count that in your head. 1, 2, 3. It goes on forever. That is genuinely mind-blowing. I'm going to have another go. I want to see if we can try and get into the 20s. Do you reckon a 129 is possible? I'm going to shut up and concentrate then. Whoa! 128.7! That's over 10 seconds faster than the 919 hybrid. I have never seen anything go around the Nürburgring GP as fast as that. With exception of a Formula 1 car. That is insanely fast. As you can probably tell by the sweat on my forehead, I was really trying on that last one. So the 919 Evo isn't just faster, it's a lot faster. In fact, over 10 seconds faster. How is it that fast? I genuinely can't get my head around it. Anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you haven't enjoyed it, well, still hit the like button anyway. It would greatly help me out a lot, and I would deeply appreciate it. And if you're new here, and if you've enjoyed this content, then feel free to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. Anyway guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next race. Have a good night, everybody.